Fed Jerome Powell is speaking right now, and he said that it is too early to tell if they will have to dial back their aggressive rate hike schedule because of the uncertainty around Ukraine and Russia. We're seeing a lot of stocks that are down today. It looks like the markets are starting to price in some of the disruptive factors that are going to affect our markets, specifically affect our company. So I want to get into that. I want to go over everything you guys need to know, especially what Jerome Powell is saying today and all of the data that you guys need to know around AMC stock. So let's get into it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to join the trading community. Link down below in the pinned comment and get yourself some free stock with Webull, Moomoo, and Public. I believe right now Webull is giving out 6 free stocks if you sign up. So definitely take advantage of that one. So AMC is down about 2.7%. Very volatile day. We did hit that low of $17.80 per share, and that was down about 4.5% at that level. We're still seeing a lot of support around this line, 17.75, that I've had drawn out for a while now. So that is good. We bounced above that, found resistance at the 18.50. We're coming back down a little bit, so we might hit that 17.75 and then see a little bit more of a bounce right there. But there's no specific reason why directly AMC is selling off today. AMC is fine. Earnings were still good, and I still think you're going to see an earnings continuation, and you're going to see the stock actually going up. But what is going on in the markets today is a lot of fear. And look at the NASDAQ, down 1.15%. Russell 2000, down 1.12%. The S&P, down 0.38%. And the Dow down 0.18%. So the NASDAQ and Russell 2000 are really taking a beating today. And I don't know where they get these numbers from, because my portfolio down a lot more than that. A lot of stocks are down substantially today. So I believe it's some of the bigger stocks like Apple's, Microsoft, the big guys that are not down as much, that is really holding these up a lot more. But for the most part, markets are pretty clapped today. And you can see all of these headlines, like rising oil prices may hit cigarette demand as smokers pay more at the pump. And this one's interesting. Russia oil disruption will lead to significantly higher prices, says Exxon CEO. He says significantly. So there's a lot of fear about inflation, who is all going to be affected with this. And this is the main story of all of these headlines that we are seeing. And it says retailers start to warn of business impact from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A lot of different companies. Apple suspended all of their services in Russia. They're not selling any iPhones to Russia. Social media companies, just everybody is pretty much boycotting Russia besides the Binance, the crypto spaces. So the markets are finally realizing that Russia is not going to be the only country to feel this pain. Take a look at this 500-foot super yacht seized in Germany. This is one of the biggest in the world from a Russian oligarch, worth $20 billion. This yacht is worth $600 billion. It was seized by Germany off of a German port. So this Russian billionaire just lost 5% of his net worth that was in this yacht by getting it seized. That's a very effective way to enact change when you start to get rich people that are very mad at you, Mr. Putin. So pretty interesting. I wanted to show you guys that in case you haven't seen it. Just a massive yacht. It's kind of crazy how big that thing is. But as far as Jerome Powell, he is speaking right now, like I said. And basically the tone that he's giving off is that inflation is going to be higher. They still plan to go on their path of raising rates, at least in March, as well as reducing the balance sheet in a set time frame. So instead of just letting securities mature and roll off the balance sheet, what Jerome Powell is basically saying is, hey, we will allow $100 million to run off the balance sheet if it's per month. If it's $200 million, we will rebuy $100 million. So we just have a set amount coming off the balance sheet, so it's very predictable every month. So that does seem like somewhat of a bullish thing, although we don't have the details around that. And he also did say that this will slow down economic demand. Oil prices going higher will reduce demand inevitably, as well as prices for other things going higher. So that should help them to try and get inflation down in the short and midterm. But in the very short term, oil prices likely to keep going up. Everything's going to probably get more expensive, and that will hurt the underlying numbers for inflation. And that's basically what he said. So it's really bullish if you ask me, because they're not as aggressive. They're not saying we have to hammer down on the economy, we got to crush inflation. They're kind of saying, hey, we need to be safe here, and we need to raise rates, take liquidity out of the system, but we don't need to do a Volcker and raise rates 50 times in a year, right? So that's really what Powell said today. This is the last day of that 2-day meeting, and you could see this right here. This started at 10 a.m. and they do go for a while. I believe they wrap up at about 1 p.m. and we did get the non-farm productivity, as well as the let's see, the initial jobless claims. Couldn't find it. Too much data here. But that came out at 8:30 in the morning, and that beat expectations. And that came in at 215,000. It was expected 226,000. So that seems like a bullish thing right there. There's a case for a bull and bearish case with that. But I think mostly what's affecting the markets is definitely Jerome Powell, and the sense of companies are going to be affected a lot more than people thought based off of this Russia situation. So that's really what you guys need to know as far as that. Nothing definitive to call for the day. It's not like we have a super bearish or bullish skew to all of this. It definitely looks more bullish than not, or bearish than not today, but things could change tomorrow, and we're just gonna have to wait and see exactly how that does affect our markets and position accordingly. So let's get into some of the data around AMC that you need to know. And the Ortex data, let's go ahead and give this a refresh. That cat's crazy. 20.87% short interest of free float, 106.87 million shares that are sold short, cost to borrow max of 2.32%, and the utilization is still at 100%. So shorts, they don't want to lend out their stock for this cost to borrow max number, which is very surprising to me that the cost to borrow max is not going up because of that. The utilization has stayed at 100 for over a week now. I believe we're approaching 2 weeks. So I do expect the cost to borrow to either go up a lot, or and then the utilization to fall, or the utilization to fall and the cost to borrow to stay the same, but it doesn't look like that is going to happen. I think that would have happened by now. So that is a very bullish correlation that I've been paying pretty close attention to. The days cover is sitting at 2.46, so still hard for shorts to get out of their short position. The positive order value of 70% for the day. That is very bullish considering we are down over 2.5%. 7 institutional orders totaling $2.3 million. Comparatively to yesterday, we had 20 million orders totaling $5.17 million, positive order value of 27%. So just from a naked eye here, right, it looks like people are starting to bet that AMC is going to go higher. Look at some of these trades. $30 call for $34,000, $25 call for $29.7 thousand, $25 call for $41,000, $30 call for $47,000, and all of these are for April 14th, all 4 of these. So it looks like people are betting AMC is going to go a whole hell of a lot higher, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that, because it does look good. Is AMC popping right now? Oh yeah, AMC is starting to pop right now. Geez, recovering a lot of lost ground right here. Is the SPY? Yeah, SPY's getting a big rip too, so stay tuned for the next video. We're going to go over exactly what is causing that, because something just happened in the market, so that is definitely a good thing. AMC doing its thing, so that's looking really good. The max pain is sitting at $18 by tomorrow, by the end of the week, and we don't really have any more economic data that is coming out tomorrow that can substantially move the market, so nothing too important to say on that note. The stock O tracker data, We can see that there is 17,000 calls that are in the money. Out of the money calls at 138,000. Puts that are in the money, 7,200. Puts that are out of the money at 75,000. So you're seeing that huge ratio still. If we do see a move to the upside tomorrow and we can break above $20, you're going to see a lot of instant hedging, and that's going to make for a big move in AMC stock. I wouldn't hold my hat to it, but still, it is very possible. Now, as far as the technical analysis for AMC, like I said, the key levels, 1850 and 1775. We're seeing a lot of support around 1775. We're also seeing a lot of support around 1850, and it looks like we're just gassing straight up to 1850 right now. So if we close above that by the end of the day, that is going to be insanely bullish, and I will be very excited for tomorrow. Then we could make that move to about $20 per share, but by certainly next week we should do that if we can close above that 1850, that key level right there. Volume for the day is 13.9 million, so definitely a lower than average volume day. Looks like more volume is coming back into the stock. We are approaching going positive, so that's a wild move. The RSI, the relative strength index, is at about 50, so not any clear indication of oversold or overbought. The stock's pretty much flat, but it is trending to the upside, as you can even see from the MACD. Still bullish. This thing does not want to go bearish. The yellow line is above the blue signal line. As far as the Bollinger Bands, which is another key level, take a look right here. The 20-day simple moving average is holding a lot of support, right? You guys can see the wicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now, right on this 20-day simple moving average level, and then we bounce right back up. So that's why I'm paying very close attention to that, and now we're at 1775, so that's going to be a really important level, and then like I said, the 1850 level to get that continued move to the upside. But this looks incredibly bullish at the current moment. I hope you guys are excited. Check out the videos I made last night about this basically postponed earnings move and what we could expect to see going ahead into the future. So that is going to be all for this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this information. As well as that, join the trading community, link down below in the pinned comment, and get yourself some free stocks, link down below in the description of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.